In this scenario, a performer is feeling upset for a lack of support, and in fact, limited resources are a reality. How do you coach someone through this very common situation? Here's one example where it's done pretty well. Questions for reflection as you watch. How does the employee set the topic for the conversation? How does the coach help raise the thinking of the employee? And what is it that helps the employee take on more accountability? And how does the conversation support both short-term and longer-term success? Also, I'd like you to look and notice a couple of things. Notice how the coach asks questions to help reveal potential blind spots. And also notice that the coach includes his career advice for the employee. Let's watch. So, Elaine, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to manage this effort, this change effort, but there are a lot of pieces to it, and honestly, what I was promised from a resource standpoint, the support, I don't feel like I'm getting, which undermines my ability, I think, to be successful.
I hear you.
Good, because honestly, this is super frustrating.
I'm not surprised you're bringing this up. I've sensed your frustration. Let's see if we can have a quick conversation about this now. I'd like to have you leaving here feeling better, and then we'll figure out a longer-term strategy too.
Yeah, because I want this to get the attention that I feel like it needs.
Well, it is important. You know, we picked you to stand up this new change management office because we know how important change.
And I do appreciate that.
Yeah, and we believe you can do it, and you know, you aren't getting as many resources as I was trying to get more resources for you, and you know, I've not been able to do that. But let's see if we can reset, have a good conversation now.
Okay.
And have you leaving here feeling like
that'd be great.
We're at least back on track, and we got some next steps to
Yeah,
go
I would
with.
appreciate that.
Okay. So, stepping back, what do you think success would look like a year from now if we were able to? We got a magic wand. We're going to solve this. What's it going to look like a year from now?
Well, that I'm able to successfully implement the change management work that I've been tasked with, and that the results are exactly what I'd hoped for.
Okay.
When I took the responsibility on.
Okay. So moving back from that a little bit and getting a little bit more granular, if we're out 6 months from now, how will you know we're on track, or you're feeling like you're on track?
Well, that I'm meeting some of the milestones that have been set, both by myself and by others for me. That the people I'm engaging with are doing what they need to support the effort.
Right, and you know, one of the support issues that has been difficult is we thought we were able to get more people for you.
Right.
We're not able to do that, so you're needing to do this through the stakeholders themselves. So are there any stakeholders in particular you feel you're not getting the support from, or that you want to bring on board so that you can make these milestones?
I would say there's one in particular. I'm not getting the time from him that I need.
Okay.
And he's a critical part of this engagement. He's managing, as you know, one of the biggest departments. And if they don't come along, we're not getting anywhere.
Got it. So getting Ralph on board is going to be like the most important.
Yeah, I didn't say his name, but
that's going to be the most important next step, potentially.
Yeah.
Let me ask you from his point of view, do you feel he understands everything you need from him?
He should. I mean, I've spoken with him a number of times.
Do you feel you understand his point of view and what might be in his way?
Honestly, probably not. I mean, I've spent time probably more with him, telling him what I need from him.
Okay.
Rather than checking in with him. I know to do that, but maybe I'm a little irritated.
Right.
I feel like he's hijacking this in some ways. So thank you for asking that. I probably need to have a conversation with Ralph to understand what is keeping him from doing what he needs to be doing.
Because, because we're needing to get more work done through collaboration, we don't have the direct power. We can't go tell Ralph, drop what you're doing there and do
I've
this.
thought about what influence looks like for me. I don't have authority over him. I could probably focus on what does that influence look like with him specifically, but I need to ask him where he's at.
Right. And these influence skills, I think you're really pointing to something here. And take a look at the bigger picture with all of your stakeholders and all of the people you need to bring on board. Would stepping up your influence game help you, do you think?
Oh, yeah. This is a common issue that I'm running into because the other people that I have to have help me on the project, it's not their full-time job, and getting their time is difficult. Right.
And this is really, in part, Elaine, this is about your rising up in levels of leadership and management. And when we were individual contributors or we had a small team who reported to us, we had kind of positional authority over them. And you're going to find that the higher you get, the more important it is to have collaborative and influence skills.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I've noticed, obviously, I have very good relationships with some of these folks, not as good with some of the others. And obviously the people that I have better relationships with generally come on board a little.
So that's a pattern you're already seeing, is that in the areas where you already have these good relationships and there's marked by what? Trust and...
Yeah, well, we understand each other. We can have difficult conversations with each other because we have that trust, so it's easier. And if they're not stepping up, I feel more comfortable actually having those conversations with them. Okay,
so I've got two ideas I'd like to run by you. Suggestions. One would be, if we took this, we know we don't have to do everything overnight, and we really have we have this vision of what we want it to look like a year from now. I think if you continued to consciously work on your influencing and collaboration skills, that would be tremendous growth for you as a leader.
I'm just trying to think about how I would do that, and wondering if maybe you might be able to offer me some thoughts on that.
I've got some excellent resources on that, and I definitely want to offer you those resources. So as a follow-up, I'm going to send you a list of some of my favorite resources on collaboration and influence. I'd like you to take a look them over, see which ones resonate with you, and then when we meet next week during our regular one-on-one, we'll spend some time just on developing you as an influencer and a collaborator.
That would be great. Not having the resources that I was promised, it's still a little frustrating, but if you're willing to help me, that would go a long way.
Truth is, I'm frustrated too. I'd hoped to get you those resources, and now we've got to be leaders. We got to lead with influence and collaboration.
I get it. This is important for me as well. So
the second thing I'd like to do is think about the Ralph situation. What do you think would be a good next step for you to take with him specifically, since that seems to be one of your stumbling points?
We're in the same area, as you know. I feel more comfortable actually talking to him in person. So I could simply see when he's available, and I would ask permission for his time, and then have a conversation with him about what his thoughts are about how this is going and his contributions. And
so get his point of view.
Yes,
and
exactly.
That would be the main thing, is seeking to understand his perspective. Which actually is one of the collaboration skills.
Perspective seeking.
Seeking perspective and really making sure we understand as well as possible what he's looking for.
I appreciate that. I haven't done that. So thank you.
So that's a great next step for that, and we've got a next step for your longer term development. Any other support you want from me other than meeting on both of these? Do you think we have a chance to have that conversation with him next week too?
Yeah, I think this is enough for now, honestly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't want to overwhelm you. Fantastic.
Okay.
All right,
so much.
thanks.